Welcome back to the Boss Mode walkthrough series. This is the latter half of Chapter 6, which is going to be Sunflare Chambers. This first one is going to be the normal mode with our Undead team. Keeping with the normal meta game for myself, my Undead team is my strongest, so I tend to start pretty much all Boss Mode dungeons with the Undead team, see if that's able to clear them. This one here is no different, although I do have a second video with a speed team, and as you see the bosses in here, you may expect what that speed team is going to amount to. But we will get to that in the next video. There is nothing generally difficult about this particular stage. Some of the enemies can be a little bit of a nuisance. Some of the little squinch guys have a bonus against warriors, so you have to be careful about that. I generally don't have much in terms of recommended rules or anything like that. Depending on your hero level and hero power, the only thing that I would suggest as kind of a general rule of thumb is to kill the casters first. They have a lightning attack that you just don't want lingering around. So you want to be able to get rid of those guys before they do any type of lightning damage that's ultimately going to shock your guys, because that'll stay on you for a couple of turns. And worst case scenario, if you end up getting to the boss with lightning shock on you, it's not going to end well for you, because he does have an attack that is intensifies shock. So you want to avoid that at all costs. For the most part, though, with a strong Undead team, there's really not much to worry about with this dungeon, so I just fast forward through it. There's not really much to be concerned about. So just do some auto attacks to clear through it. You see 3 of the different enemies here. You see the little yellow squinch, the yellow Femus, and the yellow nub. None of them are overly damaging. The casters we didn't actually get to yet. So there's one of the casters. I'm on auto attack. I turned it off now just so that I could attack the caster. Like I said, it's more important to kill him than any of them. So if there's one thing that would, I guess I didn't kill the caster here like I thought I was going to. But at least he didn't shock me. But in general, kill the casters and don't let him get that attack off. The rest of the guys aren't really anything to worry about. If you're lucky and you do damage to the yellow nubs or to anybody else, they'll avoid hitting you in general and worry about healing instead. That saves you a little bit of damage. In general, Hansuke's vigilance can be good in this one if you're a little bit lower level. It'll protect some of your guys from these single attacks, but you do have to watch out for those little squinches because of the double warrior. If they do get their attacks off on Hansuke and he doesn't parry them, he will take a little bit of damage. But if Yorick does his job all right, it shouldn't really be much of a problem here. So keep on plugging away. The reason we picked the Undead team is, like I said, they're a very strong team, both offense and defense. There's not much that's going to bring down the entire team. And if something bad happens, we do bring along Revive Potion as well as some energy potions, just in the event things get a little bit dicey. If you have a pretty strong team to start with, there shouldn't be much to concern yourself with. But if you are a little bit weaker, you really, instead of just auto-attacking, if you micromanage this level, it shouldn't be much of a trouble for you. Keep using the defensive buffs from Yorick and keep using Vigilance from Hansuke, and even using Hansuke's heal every now and then just to top off whoever's running low on health. But Brahm and Zom should constantly be refilling their health without too much trouble due to their normal attacks when they kill people. So it shouldn't be an issue there. I also have some vampiric runes on there, so they're constantly stealing life as well. So there's all sorts of health to be had in this level here. So the boss, this is really the only, if I had to say there's one hard part about this, it's the boss stage. The rest of it's pretty easy, and the reason being is because he surrounds himself with a bunch of his cronies. So the smart play here, no matter what your plan here, use a friend hero, get rid of some of that trash so you don't have to deal with those. Partially because you're dealing with champion level enemies there. You don't want to be letting those guys get free hits on you. Being that your first two hits are going to be York and Hansuke, they're not going to do a lot of damage and kill anybody. So you're opening up hits from both of those yellow squinches, and if they want to, they could really mess up your Braum. So smart play here for pretty much anybody is going to be to use Kozar. Pretty much everybody and their brother has people who are spamming Kozar as their friend hero. My friend roster is no exception. I think I have probably like 10 people that are spamming Kozar right now. But in your case, use Kozar here, take out some of that trash. You can see Braum makes quick work with him, and he's marked for death. It's definitely a good mechanic to use. Mark that guy, but still, for the normal player, if you're not extremely confident in your undead team, use Kozar, take out some of that trash. Once I took out the yellow Zerk, I knew it's all over anyways. We just fast forward this, and it's pretty much done with. These guys aren't going to be able to do enough damage to take out my entire team. Even if they manage to kill somebody, I would just bounce back with a revive potion. So pretty easy win here. Shouldn't be too tough for you either. Any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, stop by next time. Thanks. Bye.